ఇంటర్మీడియట్ విద్యారంగంలో అగ్రగామి మన ఎన్ఎస్ఆర్ ఇంపల్స్ ఎడ్యుకేషన్ ఇన్స్టిట్యూషన్. ఐఐటి, జేఈఈ అయినా, నీట్ అయినా తిరుగులేని విద్యా సంస్థ ఎన్ఎస్ఆర్ ఇంపల్స్.
Hello students, let us continue with the concept of photosynthesis. We were in the discussion about very important pathway or the cycle. What is that? Calvin cycle. Calvin cycle is very important. For the last class I have given two important reactions. What are they? Carboxylation and reduction. Now let us continue with the third step of Calvin cycle. What is the third step we have? Regeneration. So we know very well the different terminologies for reference of Calvin cycle. What did I say? Calvin cycle is very important, most important concept. What are the different terminologies for Calvin cycle we refer? We say it's also called PCR cycle, also called as reductive pentose phosphate cycle. What is PCR? Photosynthetic carbon reduction cycle. What is RPP? Reductive pentose phosphate cycle. Right. Now if you take the Calvin cycle, Calvin pathway, Melvin Calvin is a scientist who has been awarded with the Nobel Prize for the wonderful discovery of C3 pathway, or itself we call it as what? Calvin cycle. So this part is very important. This is the first step, or the how the process of synthesis of sugars taking place in the plant means. This is the step very important in case of dark reaction. This come under dark reaction. What we are going to discuss in Calvin cycle? How carbon dioxide is reduced to form the sugars. So far what are the things we studied here? In this first one, what is the first reaction? We have carboxylation. What is the first step of reaction? Carboxylation. So here if you take 6 carbon dioxide, 6 molecules of RUBP, right, and here if you take altogether here if you take 6 molecules of water, what is the enzyme? Rubisco, and produced with how many molecules of PGA? It produces with 12 molecules of PGA, right, and along with the water H2 or H2PO4, right. Now here if you take very importantly, this is 3 carbon compound. A first triose compound is phosphoglyceric acid. This we have studied for the last class, right. So carbon dioxide, RUBP, water. Now if you take RUBP, it's nothing but having 5 carbons. So what are the expected questions here? You have to remember the very important questions. What is that? RUBP, it is referred as a primary carbon dioxide acceptor, right, very important. The primary carbon dioxide acceptor in Calvin cycle is nothing but what? RUBP. Similarly, what is the other question we expect from this? Other question is nothing but a first stable product in C3 cycle. The first stable product in C3 cycle is nothing but a 12 PGA, right. Now another question, let me discuss with you another question. Suppose I am just giving you another question. Q means question, right. Suppose if I give the question that find out the ratio between number of carbon dioxide and RUBP, ratio between number of carbon dioxide, RUBP and PGA. So what is the ratio? Let me give you answer. What is the ratio here? So for every 1 carbon dioxide, we have here ratio is 6 and 6. So for both of them the ratio is 1:1. For 1 carbon dioxide molecule, we need 1 RUBP. With 1 carbon dioxide, how many PGA are produced? There are 2 PGA. So what is the ratio? 1:1:2. So for 1 carbon dioxide molecule, there is a formation of 2 PGA, 12 molecules of PGA. So for 6 carbon dioxide molecules, 12 PGA, meaning the ratio between carbon dioxide and PGA is nothing but 1:2. Sometimes they will ask you ratio between carbon dioxide and PGA, 1:2. Suppose sometimes they will ask you question ratio between RUBP and PGA, 1:2. Suppose if they ask the ratio between carbon dioxide and RUBP, 1:1. right. Suppose they may ask you to find out the number of, another question, number of molecules required for the production of, number of molecules required of carbon dioxide and RUBP for the production of 24 PGA. Okay, suppose maybe the question is the number of molecules required of carbon dioxide and RUBP for the production of 24 PGA. Then what could be the option for this? For this you can take, there will be 12 molecules of carbon dioxide and 12 molecules of RUBP. Yes or no, right? So for 6 molecules there is a formation of 12, this what is called 12 molecules of PGA, right. Now similarly we already have discussed reduction. In reduction we have studied about phosphorylation, right. For phosphorylation if you take, we already have studied 12 molecules of PGA reacts with 12 molecules of ATP, and what is the name of the enzyme? Phosphoglycerokinase, and lead to formation of 12 molecules of 1,3-biphosphoglyceric acid plus ADP. So here even this is nothing but 3 carbon component. Sometimes I will ask you the question, ratio between the pentose, that means number of carbons in RUBP is 5, number of carbons in PGA is 3, and number of carbons in 1,3-biphosphoglyceric acid is also 3. So you have to be careful about number of carbons, right. Similarly, what is the next one we have? Next one itself is called as reduction. Now in reduction what happens? End product 12 molecules of what we say 1,3-biphosphoglyceric acid. Here itself will react with 12 molecules of NADPH2 and the enzyme is G3P phosphodehydrogenase, right. As a result it lead to formation of how many molecules here? 12 molecules of G3P glyceraldehyde 3 phosphate, 3 carbon plus 12 NAD plus. So these reactions I hope you might have practiced on the paper, very important. So such kind of ratio related questions from any corner you should be in a position to remember, right. Now look at that energy. What is the energy here? Now suppose they will ask you the question I am writing here. For example, if the question is ratio between number of ATP and NADPH2 in the process of reduction. Okay. So how many ATPs here? How many NADPH2 here? 12 ATPs, 12 NADPH2. What is the ratio? 1:1, right. And the ratio between, sometimes the same question they may ask you, ratio between PGA and ATP. If there are 12 PGA, automatically we need 12 ATP. This is also same 1:1. Because for 12 PGA molecules 12 ATPs are needed, 12 ATPs are needed along with the 12 NADPH2. So the ratio will be 1:1, right. Now let us continue further. Let us go with the next step, regeneration. So here RUBP, who is getting regenerated here? RUBP. So let us go with the third step. Right. What is the third step we have to continue? Regeneration. Now come back to the last step. What is the last step we have? Then before one we are writing, I am writing with the second one. What is the second step we have studied? Reduction. What is the second step we have studied? Reduction. In reduction, how many molecules of GTP are produced? 12 molecules of GTP are produced. Each G3P is having 3 carbons. Right? Now, so let us talk about in this 12 molecules of G3P. Listen carefully here. 10 molecules of G3P. Okay, 10 molecules of G3P. How many molecules? I am writing here 10 molecules of G3P. Listen carefully. 10 molecules of G3P are involved in can say regeneration of RUBP. There is a regeneration of RUBP. Very important. Look at carefully here. Now, if you look at all together, how many G3Ps are produced? 12 G3Ps are produced by the end of reduction. Out of the 12 molecules of G3Ps, 10 molecules of G3Ps are involved in regeneration of RUBP. Then what about the remaining 2 molecules here? The remaining 2 molecules of G3P, I write here 2 G3P. Very important. How many molecules? 2 molecules. 2 molecules of G3P. Listen carefully here. Now, they come out of the chloroplast. 2 molecules of G3P comes out of chloroplast. When it comes out of the chloroplast, enters into where? Enters into cytoplasm. Enters into cytoplasm, and in the cytoplasm there is a synthesis of 1-hexose sugar. Enters into cytoplasm and involved in synthesis of 1-hexose sugar. Very important. Involved in synthesis of 1-hexose sugar. Hexose sugar meaning how many carbons will it be having? Hexose sugar meaning it has 6 carbons. This is very important. How many carbons it has? 6 carbons. How many hexose molecules are synthesized? 1 hexose molecule is synthesized. 1 hexose sugar is synthesized. What is that hexose sugar mostly? Mostly the hexose sugar what is produced? Here it is glucose. Very important. That means you will get a question that number of G3P molecules are involved. G3P means how many carbons it has? 3 carbons. 2 3s are 6 carbons. 6 carbon means 1 hexose. 1 hexose means 1 glucose. C6H12O6. Right. So, when you take the reduction ending 12 G3Ps are produced, each one having 3 carbons. Like that how many molecules are produced? 12 molecules are produced. Out of the 12 molecules, 10 molecules itself participate in regeneration of RUBP. How many molecules? 10 molecules are involved in the regeneration of RUBP. Very important question. Similarly, how many molecules are involved in synthesis of hexose sugar? What is dark reaction? Dark reaction is nothing but carbon dioxide reduced to form the sugar. So, finally, we have to see sugar is produced. So, in this process there is a synthesis of sugar. What is that sugar? Hexose sugar. What is that? It is nothing but glucose. For glucose, how many G3P molecules are involved? There are 2 G3P molecules are involved for the synthesis of 1 molecule of glucose. Very important. So, this is also very important question. Very important. So, you have to remember. So, this for 1 glucose molecule, how many G3Ps meaning here? You have 2 G3Ps, very clear, right? So, here out of the 12 molecules what we find here, out of the 12 molecules what we find here, 10 will enter into regeneration of RUBP. This is what we have to continue our discussion in regeneration. This will continue here, but out of this 2 G3Ps will come out of the chloroplast, enters into cytoplasm. There is a synthesis of hexose sugar. Now let us continue with regeneration of RUBP. Right. Now when you take the regeneration of RUBP, let us continue step by step. This part is very very important. I hope you have copied on very clearly and try to remember very very important questions. Right. Now all the way you have to, now you have to look for the count for 10 G3Ps. Remember in your mind, now you have to look for count of 10 G3Ps. How many in the end here? Now you have to keep 10 G3Ps. Now what is the first one? Very first one what we have is nothing but first step. First step under regeneration is nothing but, I am writing the first step, isomerization. What is the first step in regeneration? Isomerization. Now what happens in isomerization? There are what you call 4 molecules of G3P, each one having 3 carbons. It get converted into its own isomer. What is that isomer? This is reversible reaction. It lead to formation of 4 molecules of DHAP, which is also a triose sugar, nothing but having 3 carbons. 4 molecules of G3P. What is G3P? Glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate. 4 molecules of glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate, each one having 3 carbons. Like that, how many molecules? 4 molecules converted into its own isomer. Isomer means it also have 3 carbons. 4 molecules of DHAP. What is DHAP? DHAP is nothing but dihydroxy acetone phosphate. Dihydroxy acetone phosphate. How many carbons? 3 carbons. Now try to remember the name of the enzyme. Name of the enzyme is also very very important. Now if you look at, it's nothing but triose phosphate isomerase. What is the name of the enzyme? Triose phosphate isomerase. Very 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 important. Why it is very very important? Sometimes you will get the question that the common step between photosynthesis and respiration. Okay, I will just write the question here better, you will try to remember. So I will write the question here. A common step between what you call Calvin cycle. In respiration we have a common step, what we have is nothing but in respiration also, right? Common step between photosynthesis and respiration, or you will get the question common step between Calvin cycle or C3 pathway and glycolysis. So for both the common step is this. Very 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 important. So this question what I wrote here, it's very very important. That is common step between photosynthesis and respiration. This is a common step. This you study in C3 pathway in photosynthesis, where 4 molecules of G3P converted into 4 DHAP. The same step also takes place at the time of respiration. Where in respiration? In case of glycolysis. Sometimes the question will be common step between Calvin cycle. Calvin cycle means it occurs in photosynthesis and glycolysis. Glycolysis, it happens in respiration. This is respiration, this is photosynthesis. Both are totally different. But for both of them, what is the common step between C3 pathway and glycolysis? Meaning this is the one. Sometimes they will ask you the enzyme which participates in the common step between the C3 and glycolysis means this is the enzyme. Try to remember. Once again we are going to write the step when we discuss respiration at the time of glycolysis. At that time I will ask you what is the enzyme which makes the intermediate of the step which is common for both glycolysis and C3 pathway, common for both photosynthesis and respiration. Very important. That is the first one called isomerization. In this, what is DHAP? A dihydroxyacetone phosphate. Now let us continue further. Now if you take, then followed by what we can take here, we can take here from 4 molecules of DHAP. How many are available here? 4 molecules are available. Now we take 2 molecules of DHAP, or let us first take the 2 molecules of G3P, because altogether you are keeping in your bank account how many G3Ps? There are 10 G3Ps. In this 10 G3Ps, 4 are already utilized. How many are pending? 6 are there. In 6, again we are taking 2 here. 2 molecules of G3P, each one having 3 carbons. Now we will take out of the 4 molecules, let us take 2 here. When you take 2 DHAP, how many are pending? 2 will be pending. I hope you are very clear, right? So we are taking 2 molecules of DHAP, which is also having 3 carbons. Guys, I hope you clear, right? Out of the 10 G3Ps, 4 G3Ps are utilized for conversion and following 4 DHAP. Now remaining are 6. Out of 6, again we are taking 2 G3Ps. Out of 4 here, 2 DHAP will participate in the reaction. How many are pending there? 2 will be pending there, right? Now here 3 carbons, 3 carbons. Guys, it's very easy to study regeneration. If you can simply add the 3 carbons and 3 carbons, you will get the end product. Guys, I already told you this in enzymes. I told you to practice Kelvin cycle. I already explained at the time of enzymes. So that I thought that you will practice quite a number of times. And now by the time I come to photosynthesis, I thought you will be having a good grip on Kelvin cycle. Okay, so 2 G3Ps combined with 2 DHAP, what is the product we will get it here? So here the product 3 plus 3 are 6 carbons. So you will get 2 molecules of fructose 1,6 biphosphate. How many carbons? Having 6 carbons, right? Then followed by, whenever biphosphate compound is there, immediately that gets converted into the compound called as a fructose 6 phosphate. Immediately it converted into fructose 6 phosphate. Here also 2 molecule. What goes out is nothing but inorganic phosphorus. How many phosphorus are there? 2 phosphorus are there. That means here we have biphosphate. What we have shown here, first carbon having 1 phosphorus, 6th carbon is having another phosphorus. So that is why we say biphosphate. But 1 inorganic phosphorus is going out, 1 is left. That means first carbon related phosphorus is left, it is removed. So we find only 1 phosphorus that is attached to the 6th carbon. So here we find there is only 1 phosphorus attached to 6th carbon. Now the name of the compound is name of the enzyme. So here what you can write, fructose 1,6 biphosphatase. ASE, whenever it ends with ASE, that is name of the enzyme. So name of the compound itself is the name of the enzyme. So 2 molecules of fructose 1,6 biphosphate, each having 6 carbons, 1 inorganic phosphorus is removed. What is the name of the enzyme? Fructose 1,6 biphosphatase, and lead to formation of fructose 6 phosphate. Having how many carbons? Even this is also having 6 carbons. What is the name of the enzyme which you have to remember, which catalyzes this reaction? If you look at here, we have aldolase. ASE, when it ends with ASE, it is nothing but the name of the enzyme, aldolase. So very important. So whenever it is there, aldolase, now this is nothing but whenever it reacts with DHAP, then the name of the reaction will be a second reaction called as condensation. What do we call this? This is called as condensation. In condensation reaction comes in the reaction when DHAP participates. So, in the reaction whenever DHAP is participating, remember the name of the reaction is condensation. Then coming to this one. So, what is happening here? The phosphorylase is removing. Guys, I am just writing the name of the enzyme with the red marker and name of the reaction with the black marker. So, I am just writing here. What is the name of the enzyme which you need to write? What is the name of the enzyme? Name of the compound itself is nothing but name of the enzyme. So, here it is okay, right. So, red marker is not working. Let us write with this blue marker only, fructose 1,6 biphosphatase. And what is the name of the enzyme here? So, the name of the enzyme, third reaction, here phosphorus is removed. So, I am writing dephosphorylation. Phosphorus is removed here. So, I am writing dephosphorylation. 1 second, sir. What is removed here? Inorganic phosphorus is removed. So, that is why it is I called dephosphorylation. Phosphorus is removed. So, what is the name of the reaction here? Dephosphorylation. So, try to remember very clearly. First one is isomerization, second one is nothing but condensation, and third one is nothing but dephosphorylation. So, name of the enzyme is nothing but fructose 1,6 biphosphatase. Right. Now, let us go with the third step, fourth step. Let us go with the fourth step. How many DHAP are utilized here? This many. What is the end product is fructose 6-phosphate. Now, let us take fructose, 2 molecules of fructose 6-phosphate. How many carbons it has? It has what you call 6 carbons. Now, here out of 10 G3P is 4 are over, more 2 are over, 4 plus 2, 8 are completed. Right, 4 plus 2, 6 are completed. How many are left more? 4 are there. From the 4 molecules of G3P, again 2 molecules of G3P is taken having 3 carbons. Now look at the total number of carbons. 6 plus 3, 7, 8, 9. 9 carbons are there. 9 carbons we just divided into 2 molecules of xylulose. I will write completely here. Xylulose 5-phosphate. Having how many carbons? 5 carbons plus 2 molecules of erythrose 4-phosphate. How many carbons? 4 carbons. Okay. So, 6 plus 3, 9 carbons. 6 plus 3, 9 carbons. 9 carbons are divided as 5 carbons and 4 carbons. 5 carbon is nothing but pentose sugar. What is that? I am writing here under note points, so just note down. Under note point you can write down. What is that? X. Here I am writing X5P. Having how many carbons? 5 carbons. What is that X5P? It is referred as xylulose 5-phosphate. What is that? Xylulose 5-phosphate. Next another one is E4 phosphorus. How many carbons? 4 carbons. This is tetrose. What is this? This is pentose. Pentose meaning 5 carbons. What is that sugar? X5P. This is nothing but tetrose. Tetrose means how many carbons? 4 carbons. And what is the tetrose here? Erythrose 4-phosphate. What is the meaning here? Here phosphate attached to the 5th carbon and it is a pentose sugar called xylulose. Here phosphate attached to the 4th carbon and this is nothing but what? Tetrose. So, here the 2 compounds what are produced is nothing but xylulose 5-phosphate and erythrose 4-phosphate. Let us keep xylulose here only and let us continue with what is called erythrose 4-phosphate. It is nothing but tetrose sugar. See, number of carbons is very important. That is nothing but what? Tetrose sugar. Now, come back to this part. What is the name of the enzyme for this? The name of the enzyme is nothing but a transketolase. What is the name of the enzyme? Transketolase, and name of the reaction itself is also called as same thing, transketolation. Transketolation. Got it here? So, this is nothing but transketolation. Next, let us continue further here. Now if you take next one, let us continue. What did I said here? Xylulose 5-phosphate, keep it here in the storage, and let us take what is called erythrose 4-phosphate. Now let us take erythrose 4-phosphate. So this part is visible, sir? This, up to here. Here, this is fine. Yeah. Okay. Now let us continue here. What is the end product over there? 2 molecules of erythrose 4-phosphate, each having how many carbons? 4 carbons. So here this is reacting with, now how many are pending here? From the DHAP 2 are taken, 2 are pending, we are bringing those 2 here. Now 2 molecules of DHAP, each having how many carbons? 3 carbons. Guys, questions will come, they will ask you the number of molecules of tetrose sugars to the number of molecules of triose sugars participate in Calvin cycle. Number of molecules is important, number of carbons also very important, right. So here I told you very clearly, whenever DHAP is there here, again that will come under what? So yeah, that is nothing but condensation. Again that will come under what? Condensation. 4 plus 3, 7. What is a 7 carbon compound? Now that produces is a compound called as pseudoheptulose. Pseudoheptulose 1,7 biphosphate. How many carbons? 7 carbons. I hope this is visible, okay. Pseudoheptulose 1,7 biphosphate. 1,7 biphosphate meaning first phosphate is attached to first carbon, second phosphate is attached to the 7th carbon. Now this further converts immediately into the compound pseudoheptulose 7-phosphate. Immediately gets converted into pseudoheptulose 7-phosphate. Whenever biphosphate is there, that immediately converts into single phosphate. Here also biphosphate is there, that immediately gets converted into 6-phosphate. Now by eliminating inorganic phosphorus from the compound, one inorganic phosphorus is removed, one phosphate is attached to first carbon, another phosphate is attached to 7th carbon, first carbon attached to phosphorus, inorganic phosphorus is removed. So this will come under what? This comes under dephosphorylation, and name of the enzyme is what? Name of the compound itself is name of the enzyme. So what you will say? Pseudoheptulose 1,7 biphosphatase. Biphosphatase. This is the enzyme. Okay. So I repeat again, 2 molecules of erythrose 4-phosphate plus 2 molecules of DHAP, 4 plus 3, 7 carbons, 7 carbon compound, this is 2 molecules only, pseudoheptulose 1,7 biphosphate, immediately converts by removing inorganic phosphorus, converts into pseudoheptulose 7-phosphate. Name of the compound itself is name of the enzyme, that is pseudoheptulose 1,7 biphosphatase. Now coming to the enzyme, what catalyzes? This is again catalyzes with the enzyme called aldolase, and this is, what is that enzyme? We can say we have already written this. Now what is the name of the reaction for this? The name of the reaction, I am writing this 6th one. The 6th one is nothing but dephosphorylation. Why it is called dephosphorylation? Because phosphorus is removed. Inorganic phosphorus is removed. That's why it's called as what? Dephosphorylation. So altogether we have completed 6 reactions. This is the 6th reaction. Right? Still we have some more reactions, but before I erase the board, let us see once again. This part is very important. Guys, I am telling you, I want Calvin cycle from each and every girl and each and every boy. I am telling you, all you guys, make sure that you practice the complete cycle and try to send me in WhatsApp, because complete practice of this, send me to my WhatsApp number. I have already given the WhatsApp number, right? Make sure that you practice last class carboxylation and reduction, and try to continue with regeneration. Practice each and every step. In each and every step, name of the reaction, name of the enzyme, end product produced, how many molecules, how many carbons. Very very clearly you need to practice. If you want to attend each and every question of Kelvin cycle correctly, if you don't want to lose any question from Kelvin cycle, because ratios they will ask you, number of molecules they will ask you, number of carbons they will ask you, ratio between two compounds they will ask you. So, if you do not want to miss any question from Kelvin cycle, you need to practice each and every step very perfectly and very very carefully. After you practice the total Kelvin cycle, guys, make sure that you send me the total practice sheet without seeing when you practice it on the paper. Try to send me to my WhatsApp number, because I will come to know who are the people who are perfect with the Kelvin cycle, right. Let us continue here. Now, before I go to the next step, quickly let me revise it. Here isomerization, that is the first step in regeneration. Altogether how many G3Ps? 10 G3Ps are there. Out of 10 G3Ps, 4 G3Ps converted into 4 molecules of DHAP. Both are isomers having 3 carbon 3 carbon. It is called isomerization. And very very important question we get on this reaction is, the question is common step between photosynthesis and respiration. Then this reaction you have to remember, or the question may be the common step between carbon cycle or what you call Kelvin or C3 pathway and glycolysis. You have to remember this reaction. They will ask you the enzyme specifically, that is triose phosphate isomerase. Then what is DHAP? Dihydroxyacetone phosphate. Now followed by we have what is called condensation. Now if you take the condensation part, okay, condensation, out of the 10 foregone, more 2 we are taking, 2 molecules of G3P reacts with, out of 4 we are taking 2 here, both are triose, 3 plus 3 6, so we get 6 carbon compound, that is 2 molecules of fructose 1,6 biphosphate, immediately converts by losing inorganic phosphorus, fructose 6 phosphate, and name of the enzyme is name of the compound fructose 1,6 biphosphatase, and this name of the reaction is dephosphorylation, and this name of the reaction is condensation. Wherever DHAP is there, then that will come under condensation. Name of the enzyme is aldolase, right. Similarly, next let us go with transketolation. Now in this the end product is fructose 6 phosphate. Now fructose 6 phosphate plus 2 molecules of G3P. Here 6 carbons are there, here 3 carbons are there. 6 plus 3 is nothing but 9. Now with the help of enzyme called transketolase, we produce one 5 carbon compound, one pentose sugar, one tetrose sugar, 4 carbon component. Pentose sugar is nothing but xylulose 5 phosphate, 4 carbon component is nothing but erythrose 4 phosphate. X5P is xylulose 5 phosphate, pentose sugar having 5 carbons. E4P is nothing but 4 carbon component, tetrose sugar, erythrose 4 phosphate, right. Now, so here we are just keeping the xylulose there itself, we are storing them, we are taking the erythrose 4 phosphate having 4 carbons. Now when you take erythrose 4 phosphate having 4 carbons plus 2 DHAP having 3 carbons, 4 plus 3 is 7, so we get pseudoheptulose 1,7 biphosphate, that produces pseudoheptulose 7 phosphate. By losing inorganic phosphorus, pseudoheptulose 1,7 biphosphatase is the name of the enzyme. This undergoes dephosphorylation and name of the enzyme is aldolase. Guys, if you write 1,6 biphosphate to phosphate, if you write it aside, here also if you write 1,7 biphosphate to phosphate, if you write it aside, then if you see aldolase, next transketolase, next aldolase, the next enzyme will be transketolase, provided when you are practicing you have to write this as a side reaction. When you make this as a side reaction, then aldolase, then followed by transketolase will appear, and again if you make this as a side reaction, again aldolase will appear. Next one is transketolase. So enzymes is so easy to remember. Anyway, these two are nothing but name of the compounds, but the aldolase, transketolase, aldolase again and transketolase.
ఇంటర్మీడియట్ విద్యా రంగంలో అగ్రగామి మన ఎన్ఎస్ఆర్ ఇంపల్స్ ఎడ్యుకేషన్ ఇన్స్టిట్యూషన్. ఐఐటి జేఈఈ అయినా నీట్ అయినా తిరుగులేని విద్యా సంస్థ ఎన్ఎస్ఆర్ ఇంపల్స్.